right, so here's a typical deal, but is it worth paying what they want? I'm only telling you because it's a need. All right, here we are. This is one of the I would've, I should've, I could've, but I didn't deals. That's insulting. And look where they put my picture, over the toilet. We bought this boat, we spent the whole last summer on it, and we figured out what do we need to do to it to make it right for me. The boat's been out of the water for 4 months. Getting what done? That. We now have a hydraulic platform on the boat so we can put the tender on the back of the boat and not have to tow a boat, amongst a lot of other things done. We had the bottom painted, we had everything fixed that was broken on it or needed maintenance. That's probably worth a couple of $100,000 easy, and it's a major convenience to have it. Try living without one. I can't. We got a whole crew of guys over here washing it, buffing it, waxing it, cleaning it up. Carla's doing the whole interior by herself. Oh, you missed it today. Erin took this out. Somehow this ended up blew in the water, and Erin got on the paddleboard, used a shovel or whatever the hell that thing is as an oar, going out there to retrieve it. All right, here we are. This is one of the I would've, I should've, I could've, but I didn't deals. Okay, I came back here, I don't know, about a year ago when Bed Bath & Beyond went belly up. They closed this store down. Shit, we could cut this sucker in half and make it into 2 big stores. You know, Burlington, maybe you'll take it. And I should have contacted the owner. I should have made him an offer. I should have snatched this puppy up, because then I would have been buying it in distress when it was empty and he ain't making any money. In fact, he's spending money on the taxes, the insurance, and this and that, and I didn't do it. And now what happened? It got rented to another brand that's still going strong. This would have been easy money because it's the same type of store that used to be here, so there's no big build out. So it was a slam dunk. I could have came in here, did what he did, cleaned up the parking lot, trimmed the trees, fixed up the landscaping. I would have done a little better job, and rented it. Simple. But I didn't do it. I was probably too busy, and I don't have a big entourage of people helping me. Look what's across the street. A McDonald's and a brand new Chick-fil-A, and this place was empty. That was a golden opportunity. I wonder if this would work the Vizio in my room. How do you know? It says compatible with most, but they don't give you the list now. I probably could have bought this and doubled my money based on buying it vacant. I probably would have had to pay him maybe, I don't know, $3-4 million bucks maybe back then. Now, with this long lease, Burlington's guy, you gave him a 10 or 20 year lease. It's worth double whatever I probably could have bought it for when it was empty. But I didn't do it. All right, so here's a typical deal, but is it worth paying what they want? I'm only telling you because it's a need. 20 fucking brokers, and not one of them knew what the fuck they were talking about or could help me. That's insulting. Number one, the ceiling has to put back in, and look where they put my fucking picture, over the fucking toilet. You want to make more money in 2024? You want to be a big shot real estate investor this year? It's time to level up, baby. The deals aren't just going to come to you in 2024. You need to dial for dollars, baby. Get on the phone and go find some deals. That's how I do it. But you can't call like an amateur on your personal line. If your personal line is your business line, you're gonna make mistakes. Pick up the phone like an amateur and lose out on the big bucks. That's why I want to tell you about our sponsor, Nextiva. With Nextiva, you can create phone numbers in different area codes. So if you're a real estate investor, dial in for deals. Nextiva will help you get more answers with phone numbers from the area codes you're calling. You'll get unlimited calling, business texting, an auto attendant, voice analytics, and many more features that will make your business look as polished as a Fortune 500 company. And we're gonna start using Nextiva in my business. You wanna talk to me on a Consult with Ben? No more personal lines. We're going pro in 2024. We're gonna be using Nextiva because Nextiva lets you manage all conversations and teams with one powerful, easy-to-use app called Nextiva One. This means no more switching between a dozen different apps to get the job done. Don't let an amateur business and phone setup hold you back in 2024. Make a small investment into your business and yourself. Go to trynextiva.com/Ben Mallah and get up to 50% off your plan. Also linked in the description. Again, The link is trynextdiva.com/Ben Mallah to get started today with 50% off. And talk to an Nextiva rep to see if it's right for you. Thank you, Nextiva, for sponsoring this video. Now back to the program. Here we are. We're in Fort Lauderdale, and we're looking for a deal. And when you want to find a deal, you got to find the deal makers. And I'm standing with one. This is David. You know what David is? He's a wholesaler.
I'm the deal maker, yes sir. My name is David. I work with Palm and Cactus Real Estate Investments. We're a real estate brokers down here in downtown Fort Lauderdale, and what we do is we just find investment properties.
So basically, this is the way it works, okay? David is always sending me hot deals. Unfortunately, I don't live down here. I only come down here to use my boat. But I look at his deals. His deals make sense. He shows you the property, he shows you the comps, he gives you all the information, okay, so you can make a decision. He goes out and he finds only deals. Does he tie them up? Yeah, he's got to. If he didn't tie them up, how's he gonna sell them to you so you can make the big money? This one popped up in our neighborhood that we're in, and he's gonna show us what the hot deal today is.
All right guys, so right now we got one of the cheapest properties in South Florida. It's actually waterfront and with ocean access.
I'll tell you one thing, the neighborhood seems really nice, it's quiet, and it's a corner lot. It's nice when you have a corner lot because you get that bigger piece of the pie.
Yeah, and a lot of some of the properties that we sell already come with updates. For example, this one already has the impact windows and doors already, right?
There you go. Bring that hurricane on, baby. We got impact windows. These houses are solid concrete. They're built like fortresses. This house has been through a lot of hurricanes, and it never did shit to it.
Yeah, so this house is around 1,300 square feet. It's a 2-2.
You got a bath, full bath here, all new, tub surround, vanity. You got a room here. Look at all that closet space. This is the way the closet is on a boat. The whole wall is a closet. Look at that. Oh shit, it's got a friggin' Murphy bed in it. Your kid's got a friend staying over, drop another bed down. Yeah, this is a nice quality floor and crown molding. You got another full bath here in this bedroom.
This is one of the nicer ones. You know, sometimes you might want to wear a mask, maybe some gloves.
This is a clean one. He's used to the rough stuff, baby. Closing patio. Oh shit. To be on a waterfront out here, it means a lot. And to find a house with waterfront access, it's all about the access. To go out on your boat, have a great day, come back and park your boat right at your house. That's worth a lot of money. This is basically affordable housing for a boat owner.
People will pay a premium just because there's not so much available either. I mean, you look around, there's boats everywhere.
And you'll never find one in this price range. I've spent years looking. That alone right there could save you as much as $5 grand a month if you could park your boat there. So we're already talking, it makes sense if you're a boat owner. How much time you got to find a buyer?
We usually give it around about a week. We usually find a buyer within a couple of days. 2-3 days.
Well, because I know a lot of your stuff is really inexpensive and affordable. So I know you're moving shit quick. Oh, yeah. Because I see them, and then you send me a friggin' email, sometimes the same goddamn day. Sold.
They're first come, first served. You gotta be quick with it. I mean, you gotta be quick. We only work with cash buyers that are ready to buy like yesterday. So I work with 10 other agents in my office, and all our properties are first come, first served. So I always say to all my people that I work with, if you want to buy a property, you got to call me. And if you want to work with me, you got to answer your phone.
That's it. You got to chase that deal.
Absolutely.
You can't just sit back and let it come to you. You got to work with people. You cover what area is your coverage?
We cover the Tri-County area, so that's going to be anywhere from Miami down to Broward, down to Palm Beach County.
So, and he's always got inventory popping up, okay?
We usually get like 3 to 5 deals per week.
So that's it, you know, this guy has shown me condos in South Florida in good, decent neighborhoods. I mean, I saw one at 69, okay? Yes, you have to be 55 and over, but everybody who lives in those condos comes here.
You can still buy them.
They retire here.
You don't got to be 55, you can still buy them if you're not 55 actually.
I thought you had to get approval by the association.
You do have to get an approval by the association.
And you don't have to be 55?
You don't have to be 55.
Is that because of a 20% rule?
Because there's an investment section. If you're an investor, you just have to sign this affidavit saying that you're going to be investing in the property.
I didn't know that.
A lot of people don't.
I didn't know that.
A lot of
people
you
learn shit. And the only way you're going to learn shit is to get around the people that know. I don't know everything. He just taught me, because a lot of times I think those condos are great deals for people to invest in. But the problem is they're not 55, so I never recommend them.
Yeah, they can either purchase it in their name or they can purchase it in their LLC.
There you go. If somebody's having trouble selling a house, right? You'll take on the challenge of taking that house. You get the right from them to try to sell it, right?
Yeah.
So basically, you tie up the house, you go out there, try to find these people quick cash money, which is very hard to do. So you're doing them a big service.
Right.
You make your fee and you move on.
Exactly.
And then the guy that buys from you is buying it at a really good price. So he's got upside. So everybody wins.
Everybody
You
wins.
win. The seller gets a quick cash deal. The buyer gets a house that's got value in it that he can make money on. It's a win-win for everybody. I mean, seriously, somebody's gonna make how much on this?
Man, you're making close to around 100,000.
100 grand, baby. Buy this house, clean it up, put in a couple of more plants, and flip it and make 100 grand. That's what wholesalers help you do. You know who would love a house like this? Fucking jet skiers. Oh, yeah. If you had a couple of jet skis in the family, they'd love this fucking house. Sure. You need to get a hold of David. You need to send him an email.
Absolutely. You guys send me an email down below and let's get things moving today.
All right, I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm telling you from experience. There is no fucking agents that have a clue on how to help a guy that has a boat find a house. Because you know why they want a house a lot of times? Why? For the crew. They need a fucking house. Plus for themselves, listen, having a house where you can park your boat for rich guys is a major thing. Because now you got all the benefits of the boat and you got all the benefits of a house while the boat's getting some work done to it. Or you don't want the crew staying on your boat all the fucking time and they can end up paying rent somewhere else, so you can just lower their salary and give them a fucking place to stay if you have a full-time crew, which a lot of big shots do. There's a group of guys out there with big money, but the problem is there's not one agent that can tell you how to match your needs with the boat, because when you're dealing with boats, you got to know what's the width of the canal, because you're only allowed a third if it's on a finger. You gotta know all this shit. You gotta know the depth. The depth is the most important thing because the boat needs so much water under it. You also gotta know what the setbacks are. So how much waterfront dockage do you legally have a right to use? It's not a lot of shit. And you can look up all this shit online. I did it myself. You know why? Because no fucking agent can tell me. What's the depth of the water there? They don't know. Well, how big is the canal? So you know if it's a third, you're only allowed to stick out a third. So if it's only 100 feet wide, you each get 33. Yeah, you gotta know this shit. When you got a fucking $5 million yacht or something like that, or a $3 million or whatever it is, you gotta know this shit. You're not gonna find an agent that knows how to deal with boat owners, yacht owners. You know who's gonna send you all the business? Who you go to find to help?
The people with boats. The boat
The brokers, just like you. The guys that are selling the boats can now refer them to somebody selling the houses. Okay?
Oh, I see.
Okay, if you got with all the fucking big shot boat brokers here, and man, let me tell you where you really score at. If you got a little fucking table at the Fort Lauderdale Boat Show in October with a fucking poster board or something, you're the guy that specializes in houses for yachts. You become the fucking guy that can help all the big rich motherfuckers. And let's face it, okay, you sell $1 million house even, which is nothing. I'm talking about $5 million house. If a buyer came to you tomorrow and said, hey, listen, I need a house for my boat. I'm willing to spend up to $5 million. Okay, find me a house that fits this boat. Okay, how much is the commission gonna be? Every million is what? 30 grand at least?
Yeah.
All right, you cut your broker in 25 grand? Multiply that by 5. You can make over $150,000, $60,000 on every fucking house. Imagine if you just made an extra 50 grand a month.
Yeah.
You can do it. I'm telling you. I know people. And the way I seen you work this wholesaling shit, you could kill it with fucking, and you'll be moving up to the fucking people with the money. And those people pay cash too. And they do quick deals too. I'm only telling you because there's a need. I know, I've lived it. I've been with 20 fucking brokers and not one of them knew what the fuck they were talking about or could help me. I had to do it all myself. Luckily, my son found a foreclosure that we ended up buying about for a couple of $1 million. You can make a lot of money doing that. And all you gotta do is start schmoozing and getting around the boat brokers. Go hang out where they hang out. Go to the boat show. You'll be the only fucking real estate guy at the boat show.
You spent $3.99 on me? Seriously?
Look at this. You know what this is?
Babe.
Baby, BB, baby, BB, baby. This is fancy. You know what this is?
Is it
This
for
is
myself?
air freshener. I bought you the classy stuff made by
know.
BB. Look at that.
Instead of you spending $1.25, you spend $3.99.
It's the thought that counts.
It is definitely the thought counts. I love it.
Who has
Thank
air
you.
fresheners that look like
Nobody
this
does.
on your yacht?
In my yacht. Nobody.
Yeah, take the price off so nobody knows how cheap I am. Look at that. To keep you comfy, cozy at night. Feel how soft that is. That's your new blanket for your yacht.
Oh, look at that.
So when I'm not there, you got a blankie to keep you warm.
Keep me warm. Oh, I like it. Thank you.
You can have at my castle. I need a snack.
I'm not buying you. They're not good for you.
I've been eating them my whole life. All right, I like them as a snack. Tequila's not good for you.
Yeah, it's natural plant, FYI.
The only thing tequila's good for is me. You better come back with frozen White Castles.
I'm not buying them.
I don't like anybody telling me no.
Well, I'll be the first one. No.
All right, so here's a typical deal. This is where somebody came in, they bought the place, fixed it up, they put new windows in, they put fresh paint on. It's like a nice, clean, decent property. But is it worth paying what they want? Let's look at the numbers. Right now, the place is gonna bring in $150,000 a year in rent. They claim the expenses are $58,000 a year. You get $92,000 a year net. They're asking almost $1.5 million, and I think that's too much. Is it worth giving them $1.5 million? Not for me, but is it worth $1.1 million or $1.2 million? How do you know until you make him an offer? If we were serious about this property, I would offer him a lot less, because right now, this money he's offering, you might as well put your money in a bank. Let's say you get the property for $1.250, then you go to bank at 80% loan. And you put down $250,000. That $1 million loan is gonna cost you about 7% these days. That's gonna be $70,000 a year in interest. You only get $92,000 coming in. You give the bank their $70K, you're left with $22K. What return is that? Your $22,000 a year net income divided by the $250,000 you paid is gonna give you an 8.8% return, almost 9% on your money. Not bad. You also get to depreciate the rental income. You wanna talk about buying deals like this? Go to benmal.com, consult with Ben. The thing is, you gotta check out the area. Now this area here, it's on the verge of moving up. How do I know? Right next door, brand new construction. And that don't come cheap. So they're trying to modernize this neighborhood, bring in some new product, get the neighborhood to a new level. But he's already kind of at the price of the new level. You need to get him down below the new level so you can go to the next level. He took it from one level to another. Now you got to come in, take it from his level to the next level. That's what you can do with a deal like this. But how much can you buy it for? That's the question. It could be a good deal if you're happy with making 9% and deferring your taxes until you either sell the property. I would be looking at something similar, but I want upside. Can those rents be raised any? That's the question. Right now, he's renting one bedroom for $1,550, another one for $1,600, another one for $1,650. I think his rents are pretty much maxed out right now. So there's really no upside, but it could be a safe place to park your money if you're in a 1031, or if you're happy getting 9% return on your money and deferring any taxes on it. If you ain't got no furniture, we could offer it furnished.
It's my job.
That's your job?
Yeah. I clean the bolts. You gotta make sure they're perfect.
After a whole day, they got the boat mounted on the boat. So you see I added that box? And you just got some cheesy cushions for now instead of the good ones. And now we got that whole bench of seating instead of having stupid chairs over there. Over here, we had that recovered because I didn't like the old material and it was getting kind of ugly. I pulled these chairs off my old boat and we're using these from now on. Carla cleaned the boat up. We still got some touch up to do on the walls, but that can wait. That's insulting. Number one, the ceiling has to put back in, and look where they put my fucking picture. Over the fucking toilet. What about fucking insult that is? They're basically saying I'm full of shit. Where is she at? All she had to do was go buy groceries.
I got your cancer food.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Only 3 boxes?
Only 3 boxes. They were expensive.
White Castles. The only castle where I'm really a king. Thank you.
Roll. Ah, I did it. Faster. Woo, woo, woo. It's hot. It was close to 500.
That was $500.
Yeah, kind of. Is that and this is just like breakfast and lunch. This is not dinner. And we definitely use everything we bought. We use, so it's not like we don't use. And I didn't buy like expensive stuff. A lot of fruit, waters, and lunch. That's it. If I would buy stuff like for dinner, then my bill would have been 800. No, that's
Whatever she spent on groceries, she'll spend the equivalent on tequila.
yeah. No, I was cheap on the tequila this time. Only bought 2 bottles.
Thinking about doing a real estate deal? Get me on the phone. I have over 30 years experience and have bought and sold over $1 billion worth of real estate. You can get me on the phone, you can have a private meeting, and we can even do lunch, baby. Go to benmal.com/shop and book a consult today. Subscribe. Check out our sponsor, Nextiva. Adios, amigos.